Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is the power behind the word no and the idea that we just don't use it enough, and we don't use it enough to set healthy boundaries for ourselves that allow us to practice the self-care that we really need and seek so much in this overstimulated, overbusy, overdoing world. Where it's almost become mandatory that we be so busy that we burn out and become overwhelmed. So I ask you, just while you're listening to this, think of, one of the past times more recently that you have said yes to something that you wish you would have said no to. I know you've done it because I've done it. And I know friends of mine have done it, and I'll call them or be talking to them and they're like, I have this thing I have to do and I really wish I had said no to it. And I'm like, well, why didn't you? And they're like, I felt obligated, or I had to say yes. Or I'm like, no, you really didn't have to. So let's talk through that and think about the last time that you said yes when you meant to say no. And then I challenge you to think about why you felt the need to say yes and what it would have felt like to say no, and how empowering or amazing it would have felt to have said no to that obligation, and you had more time to yourself or for your kids or for work or any of the priorities that you have. And now I'll challenge you, because I like challenges, to think about what you have coming up in this week, and think about things that will be asked of you, things that you will ask of yourself. And are there opportunities where you would just subconsciously, out of habit, say yes when you really want to say no? And think about a certain opportunity, or as it comes up, think about this conversation and you watching this video. And sit with this for just a moment. Sit in stillness, take some time, take pause before you respond to something. And close your eyes if you can, or just take a deep breath. And think about, do you really want to say yes? And by saying yes, what are you giving up? And what would it feel like if you said no? And if you simply put, no, I'm sorry, I can't make that, as a full sentence, and you honored that. And don't think about it as a negative. Think about it as empowering other people to do the same, because it's all that we really want to do, right? Not for all the things, but for a couple things. Even if it's saying no to our children, right? If it's saying no to our children, being like, you know what, we have a full plate this week or this month, that's just not going to work out. That's a no. And you could stop there. You could tell them, meet compromise. We'll do something like that later, but not this week. And instead of doing the thing, what if you said the no with a smile on your face and you thought about something that you could do for yourself? Feels kind of selfish, right? But it's not. Self-care is not selfish. I will scream that from the mountaintops, because it's not. You're showing other people how to properly care for themselves while you care for yourself. So you said no to the thing. Do not rush and go fill that time with something else. No, that time's for you. You choose what you want to do with it. You take the long walk with your partner. You take the long walk with your dog. You take the long walk by yourself, right? You go lay on your bed and pick up that book that you've been dying to start or finish, right? You go lay on your bed and you do a meditation because you promised yourself that you were going to get into meditation, and there are amazing health benefits to it. You take a hot bath. You make yourself a nourishing, incredible dinner. You sit down and watch a movie with the family. You do the things that you've wanted to do and you think about doing every day, but you can't because you haven't said the word no. So go do the things and say no with a smile on your face, and set those beautiful boundaries that protect yourself and your self-care. And then come back and tell me about it.